Right, here we go. Welcome to League of Extraordinary Investigators Season 2, Scenario 3, Echoes of the Past. And if my recent form is anything to go by, I'll be dead soon. Right, hello. I've done as much of the setup as possible. This is my chaos bag because I was defeated in Scenario 1 and defeated in Scenario 2. I have one of each of the, whatever you call them, non-skulls. And that's pretty much it. I'm playing with my fancy new glass and metal tokens, which I am very pleased with how they've come out. Okay. I have one physical and one mental trauma from the first two scenarios, one each. I think that's about it. I'll do my opening. I know that. Well, let's do the locations. I know this is random, but there's no revealed information anyway, so it's not going to change my mulligan. And then we'll do the second floor, or the first floor as we call it over here. And the third floor, or the second floor as we call it in the UK. Let's double check that's right. 2 ground floors, 2 second floors, 2 third floors. Everything connects back to the central column, and they're the only ones connected to each other. I think that's right. I'll just quickly double check the setup. So at the end of the last scenario I was defeated. I've shown you the chaos bag. I didn't interview any VIPs or kill any VIPs. I skip the interlude because I got defeated and go straight into setup. And as part of the setup, if Sebastian Moreau is listed under VIPs interviewed, he isn't, so I skip that step as well. Go straight to the setup. No changes are made because there's only one player. Out of play are the Hidden Library, Oath Speaker, Mr. Peabody, Tattered Cloak and the Clasp, and I've also put there Sebastian because he will be coming into play if the agenda advances as well. I've already shuffled the encounter deck and I made a really good job of shuffling this time. He says famous last words. I'm going to do a little bit of extra shuffle on camera, but I've done a pile shuffle, a riffle shuffle, a shuffle. Hopefully I don't have any of the horrendous clumping that defeated me in a ridiculously short number of turns in the last scenario. Right, opening hand time. Again, I've done a pile shuffle and a riffle shuffle and a mash shuffle and a shuffle. There. And I throw the cards all over the table shuffle. Playing with my new playmat. I've rotated it landscape to try and fit it better on the camera because it's more of a portrait playmat, which is a shame, but it works okay. I have new connecting markers from Buy the Same Token. I've got my fancy glass chaos token. So draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's Dynamite Blast, Resourceful. Resourceful's not good at this stage. Guard Dog, Trial by Fire, Police Badge. I think Dynamite Blast will probably be useful later, but knowing my luck, if I discard it now, I'll never see it again. Guard Dog is useful. I'm going to throw Resourceful because there's nothing to recur yet. I'm going to throw Dynamite Blast, hope it turns up later. Keep guard dog. I think I'll keep trial by fire, and I think I'll keep police badge. I think. Probably a mistake. And then now I've got, oh look, another resourceful and a vicious blow. Okay, so that's my opening hand. Just realised I haven't got my player marker. Back in a second. Entry hall. Right, let's reveal the entry hall. 2 shroud, no clues. I could just resign. But it couldn't be a worse performance than my previous games, could it? Copy. Okay, action 1. I am going to pay 3 for guard dog. Action 2. Let's just get moving. Let's go here. Move to the Historical Society over here. 1 clue per investigator. And I can't increase my book while I'm investigating. My book is only 2, poor old Yorick, so I can't boost it. If only I had my flashlight, I could have reduced it, but never mind. For 3rd action, I think I'll just try a 2 on 2. Just remembered I haven't checked the agenda in the act. So the agenda is we skip the place a doom step. But when we put clues on an enemy, they are flipped to their doom side. Well, I have separate clues, but separate tokens rather than flippable ones, but never mind. You get the principle. And race for answers, I need 2 clues to progress the act. Okay, 2 on 2. This pull will tell me how this game is going to go. A 2 on a 2. -1, so slightly badly then, not terrible. That's my aim for the game, right? Okay, that's my 3rd action, and I'm not even clicking my friendly neighbourhood action tracker. Okay, no graveyard to sort out, no treacheries, no hunters in play. Ready card, nothing to ready, card and a resource. A resource, 1 card. I'm playing with everything the other way around to I usually play it, so I'm a little bit confuddled. Okay, that's Act of Desperation. Try and put my hand there so my markers can see it. Okay. No doom on the agenda, draw an encounter card. And we have Led Astray, Peril. Ooh. Decide, place 1 of your clues on a cultist enemy with the right enemy, so I don't have a choice. Place a doom on the current agenda. 1 doom. Okay. What now? I think I'm going to pay all of my 3 resources. Stop shouting at me if you're watching, and put police badge into play to at least give me some extra treachery protection, and at some point the extra action might be nice. So for my 2nd action, again I can't boot. I'm going to draw, and hopefully a flashlight turns on. It's a meat cleaver, it's close enough. So that's a police badge, draw, and for my 3rd action, I think I'm going to gain a resource. No treacheries to deal with, no enemies in play, nothing to ready, cards and a resource. Sorry, card and a resource. Flashlight. Right, no doom. Draw an encounter card. And we have, wait for this video to catch up, King's Edict. For each cultist enemy in play, there are none. If no clues are moved, the King's Edict gains Surge. Descent into Madness. Surge. If you have at least 3 horror on, you lose an action. I don't, so we're surging again. The cultists surge. If there is a cultist in play, move the doom to the agenda. If there are no cultists in play, search the encounter deck and discard power for a cultist enemy and draw it. So let's see what we've got. We could have a fanatic. We will take, there's only 2 locations in play. You go with the real builder location with the most clues, which is here, and he'll just steal that clue and instantly turn it into a doom. Seeker of Carcosa, again, will do the same, but she will go to any empty Historical Society location, which there aren't any. I'm assuming you don't count unrevealed locations, I don't know. Agent of the King. I don't have a weapon in play yet, but the victory point will be nice. Seeker of Carcosa again, another fanatic. Seeker of Carcosa, another fanatic. Now the thing is, I don't have a weapon in play, although I do have the guard dog. So if I can do 3 damage to him in 1 turn, the guard dog will finish him off in the enemy phase. Yeah, I'm going to be an idiot and I'm going to go for Agent of the King, in the hope that, given that I need any victory point I can get, even if I'm not ready to deal with him. Famous last words. Okay, so Agent of the King is engaged with me. Sweet. When he attacks me, I lose a clue. This is fine, I don't have any clues. And when I defeat him, I take control over these clues, but because of the agenda, that won't happen anyway. They all instantly turn to doom. So, let's punch him. Tempted to lob the police badge at his. Oh no, it's an item. It doesn't take hand slot, that doesn't count them. So I can't act a desperation at him. I think I'm regretting this decision already. Okay, so I'll do a fight of a 4 on a 4. I'm gonna just commit act of desperation for its icon. So 6 on a 4. Vicious blow as well, 7 on a 4. 7 on a 4, 0. So, hang on, these should have been shoveled back into my deck, shouldn't they? Threw myself by having it on the wrong side. I just don't think that deserves a penalty, because actually not having those in my deck made it more likely that my weaknesses would have showed up. Please go easy on me, I don't need penalties, I'm at the bottom of the league nearly. Right, so I've done 2 damage thanks to Vicious Blow. Okay. Second attack. Don't really want to commit trial by fire, it's a bit of a waste, but I'll throw in the resourceful. That will make it a 4, 5 on a 4. I think I'm going to have to, aren't I? Six on a 4. 6 on a 4 with no bonus this time. Well, wait, I suppose I could lob in police badge and take some extra action, but then again, I've got no actions to. I've got no easy way of fighting because I'm both committing on my cards. No, let's stick with it. 6 on a 4, that's right, isn't it? 4, 5, 6. 6 on a 4, -2, perfect. 1 extra damage. They go into my discard pile. Because resourceful was successful, I can bring a card back. I shall bring back Act of Desperation. And my third action, I guess I could just punch him again and hope that the 4 on a 4 works. He's not got Retaliate. I've not missed anything, have I? So my first action was punch, my second action was punch. So my third action, what's the penalties of the Quiet Cultist is a doom. And the other thing would take me a horror. Let's do it. 4 on a 4. Skull. -X. There is no doom in play. That's a pass. I killed him. 1 victory point. Wow. I have a point. That's an infinite % increase on my last game. Right. Because I defeated an enemy, of course, I could play an asset from my graveyard, but I don't have one. Which is a shame. Right, no enemies in play. I dealt with them all. Nothing to ready. Card and a resource. Take heart. Nice. No doom, draw an encounter. King's Edict again. For each cultist in play, move a clue. There are none. Search. False lead. If I have no clues, I have no clues. It gains search. Fanatic. Revealed location with the most clues. I would delay an inevitable, won't I? So he goes here. He sucks up that clue, but it turns into a doom. Thanks to the agenda. And then obviously he automatically engages me. So I've still not had a chance to get my weapon into my hand. But he is slightly easier to punch. In fact, what I am going to do, let's try and save some actions here. Action 1, straightforward punch. I'll commit take heart, so I have, I'm going to regret that because the weakness is going to show up, isn't it? So take heart is 1 committed to a skill test. It contributes no icons, but if it fails I get 2 cards and 2 resources. So I'm doing he's a 3 and I'm a 4, so that's a 4 on a 3. 4 on a 3, 4 on a 3, 4 on a 3, -3, that's a fail. So I get 2 cards, 2 resources. I'll just split that to 3 and 2 cards. Flashlight, and a shovel. Right, that's kind of ruined my plan. Never mind. So that was action 1, a failed fight. Action 2. Let's fight again. 4 against the 3. Skull. That's a -1 because there is 1 doom in play. Yeah. So that's a pass. So I'll do a single damage. And my third action, I'm going to spend 2 and play a flashlight, which triggers an attack of opportunity. He does 1 damage on the guard dog does 1 damage back, and he's dead. And I have I'm tooled up for at least discovering some clues now. That's confusing having that there. I'm going to move my discard pile the other side like that. Okay, I did defeat an enemy. I don't think there are any assets in my discard pile that I can... No enemies in play. Nothing to ready. Carving a resource. Another police badge. Let's find some 4 resources. No doom, draw an encounter. False lead. If you have no clues, I still have no clues. Gain surge. Whispers in your head. I cannot move more than once each turn. Okay. Need coffee. Okay. There's only 1 doom in play. Why do I need check clue tokens? I guess that's for advancing. Maybe I meant doom tokens. No, I think that was just to remind me that any clues that have gone on an enemy often flip. Right, action 1. I have 4 resources. I think I need a weapon. So I shall pay 3 to put my meat cleaver in my other hand. I can only move once, so I think I'm just going to spend 2 actions to get rid of that. I've made mistakes before where they end up clogging my hand up, and then once the king, this join the sign comes into play, it really gets nasty. So that's my 3 actions. Alright, nothing to deal with, no enemies in play, nothing to ready, resource and a card. Dynamite, it did come back. And start saving them. Because stacking that might help me when the when the agenda does progress, when I have the 2 big enemies to deal with, who are both hunters and will both be chasing me. Might make them feasible to deal with. Which in all of my tests so far they haven't been, and I've just ran away as fast as I can. Right, no mythos phase, draw an encounter. It's a fanatic. Revealed location with the most clues. There are no locations with clues. So it's either going to be here or here. I guess it makes no difference. I may as well spawn in with me. Okay, he didn't have any clue tokens put onto him. Action 1, hit him with a meat cleaver. I'll boost it with, I'll take a horror to boost it. I'll put it on there for now to remind me I boosted it. So I am attacking with, I'm not attacking with +2, I'm only attacking with +1. So that becomes 5 on a 3. 5 on a 3. Let's commit my spare police badge to it. 6 on a 3. Skull, no doom in play. I mean, no doom on the monsters, so that's a success. I do a +1 damage from the meat cleaver and I heal that horror I would have taken. Or I did take. Action 2, move. Action 3, move. 4 shroud, 1 clue. But I can exhaust an ally to discover a clue there once per round. I've never had an ally in play when I've reached this room, and I've always had to just back out slowly because I can't do anything, so that was nice. So that's my 3 actions: fight, move, move. I did kill an enemy, so I could play an asset from my discard pile, but I only have police badge and I've already got a police badge, so I'll let that whiff. No enemies in play, no enemies to attack, nothing to ready. Card and a resource. And a card, don't forget the card. Drawing thin. No doom, draw an encounter card. Hunting Shadow. Spend a clue or take 2 damage. Well, I have no choice, do I? Have to take 2 damage. I'm going to put 1 on the guard dog and 1 on me. No clue tokens were placed. Try action 1. I'm going to exhaust the guard dog to get that clue. Action 2, move. Action 3, move. Okay, no graveyard or treacheries to deal with. No hunter enemies in play. Nothing to, well, I can ready the guard dog now. Card and a resource. Or resource and a card. It's card and a resource really, isn't it? Second wind. Play as your first action, heal 1 damage, or 2 if you drew a treachery this round. Right, no doom, draw an encounter. Whispers in your head, dismay. Secretly, add whispers in your head to your hand. You cannot commit skill cards to tests. I have no skill cards in my hand anyway, so that's not a problem at the moment. And that is a treachery, so I could, yeah, so my first action, I'm going to pay 1 for second wind to heal 2 damage because I played a treachery. I drew a treachery this turn and then draw a card. Nice. I know it's a bit of a waste with me only having 2 damage, but my thoughts are it will prolong my life, hopefully. So that was action 1, was playing second wind. Action 2, let's move over here. 1 clue. That's my son just coming down for breakfast. Hello. Hello. At 3 minutes to 12. You feeling better? Good. Right. So that was action 1, second wind, action 2, move, action 3. Do I investigate? Yes, I'll use the flashlight. I'll use 1 of those to bring that shroud down to 0. I can't boost my book, but I will reduce the shroud. So that's a 2 on a 0. -1, that's a pass. I have 2 clues. Is it an action to advance or is it immediately advance? I'm going to advance. We find a record kept by one of the Society's historians, blah blah blah, it says. For each revealed historical location, add 1 clue per investigator to it up to its maximum. So we go. 1 clue returns here. 1 clue returns here. And 1 clue returns here. If anyone is watching me, I don't have my Twitch chat open, so I can't keep an eye on what everyone's saying. I'm going to open it now, but I'll try not to keep too much of an eye to it. Be prepared to be deafened by an advert. There's no chat there anyway, so nobody's watching, I'm sure. Yes, 0 viewers. Get in. Don't watch later, Jen. They will. Honestly, people will watch.
Yeah. We could go eat it upstairs or something.
Okay.
No.
Right. So my third action. Sorry, those 2 clues are spent for advancing the act. And my third action. That is right, didn't it? I moved. I investigated. Then I advanced the act, which wasn't an action. Third action. Let's do it again. Use the flashlight. Investigate 2 on a 0. And it's a -4. That's still a pass. That makes it a 0 on a 0. 1 clue. No, wrong one. 1 clue. Okay. Third action done. I didn't kill anything. No treachery to deal with. No enemies in play. Nothing to ready. Card and a resource. Look what I found. My hand is now at 8. I still don't have any skill cards in play, so that one's not worrying me at all at the moment. No doom on the agenda. Draw an encounter. Hunting shadow. You must either spend a clue or take 2 damage. Right, well that is where that second wind has helped me out. So now I'm taking that 2 damage and I'm no worse off. Or shall I stick 1 on the guard dog and bring it back later? No, keep it for now. Right, check clue tokens, didn't place any. Action 1. Move, I think. 1, 2 moves. Shroud 3, 2 clues. So I could investigate successfully, take a horror and discover an extra clue, which will give me a head start on the next act. But anyway, that's my 3 actions done for this round. Nothing killed, no treacheries to deal with, no hunter enemies or enemies in play, nothing to ready, card. Take heart and a resource. I'm going to have to discard down now, aren't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll lose 1 of the drawing things. Okay, no enemies, no doom, draw an encounter, Seeker of Carcosa, any empty historical society location. She is aloof, or he. At the end of the mythos phase, I move a clue from her. If I can't, I put a doom on her. So the end result will always be she gets a doom on her because the clues turn to doom, but I may as well put her where can I deal with her in 1 round? She could suck up 1 of those clues. I'd kill her Yeah, I think that's the best tactic. So if I leave her over here, it's probably going to be a few rounds before I can get to her, and she'll have built up several Doom at that point. I only need one more Doom to advance the agenda. Yeah, I'm going to put her with me. She sucks up one of the clues, which turns into a Doom. I did that, yeah. Right, action 1. Whack her with a meat cleaver. Do I take the horror to take the extra, deal the extra damage? I don't think I will. So I'm going to attack with the meat cleaver, so that's 4, 5 against a 2. Do you want to boost it? No, 5 against a 2. Do some camera for 5 against a 2. Skull. There is 1 Doom on the Secret Carcosa, so that's 4 against a 2. That's a pass, and I do 1 damage. Alright. Yes, because I didn't take the extra horror to initiate the attack. Let's do it again. I'll take the horror this time. This is my second action. So I'm doing... I still don't have 3 or fewer sanity, because I'm only at 2. So that's 4, 5... 5 against a 2 again. 5 against a 2 minus 1. You did see that, didn't you? Minus 1. That's a pass. Because I took the extra horror, I do an extra damage. That's 3 damage. She's dead. I heal the horror. Thanks to the Gravedigger, that Doom and the Seeker go away. And because I successfully defeated an enemy, I can trigger Yorick's special ability of playing an asset from my discard pile, so I may as well play Drawing Thin because it costs nothing, and it's the only other one I've got is a police badge, so I may as well just get that for free without using an action. So action 3. Let's investigate with the flashlight. So that's 1 of my flashlight. My last flashlight charge brings that down to a 1. I'm investigating a 2 on a 1. But what I find is kind of pointless at the moment, so I'll just commit it for its icons. So what did I say I was? 2. So that's now 4 against a 1. Minus 1. He has a clue. He has 2 clues, in fact. That was an event, wasn't it? Not a skill. That's fine. I'm not. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to spend these 2 clues to advance. As you rummage, blah de blah de blah. Mr. Peabody's here. For each revealed society location, add 1 clue per investigator up to its maximum. So that's 1 clue there. 1 clue there. And I am in a room with a passageway, which is always good. Take control of Mr. Peabody. So I shall take control of Mr. Peabody because there are no other investigators in play, because it takes an ally slot. Goodbye, Mr. Guard Dog. You served me well. And set the hidden library into play. I shall put it over here, not connected to anything. Sorry, I shouldn't have revealed that. I just had it the wrong way up in my pile. Right. Was that my 3rd action? Or was that before my 3rd action? I fought twice. Then I investigated, didn't I? So that was my third action. I didn't defeat anything. Yes, I did, and I played Join Thin. No enemies in play, no enemies to attack, no cards to ready, card and a resource. It's about time we got a weakness, wasn't it? Okay. Graveyard Ghouls, in case you can't make that out. So that's William's weakness. It's a Hunter, 3/3/2. And while he's engaged with me, cards cannot leave my discard pile. Right, let's get whacking. Well, in a second, of course. I'm going to draw another enemy now, aren't I? No, Hunting Shadow. Spend a clue or take a damage. I don't have any clues, so a damage it is. Split that to 3. In case you can't make out, that is a flippable token. It's 3 on one side and 1 on the other. So. Wasn't Surge, was it? No. Right, no clue tokens removed as part of that. So action 1, hit the ghouls. I'll just do a straight forward attack. In fact, no, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play Act of Desperation, which is an event, not a skill, to throw the flashlight at him. So that's a +2. +2 fight and +1 damage. +2 fight and +1 damage. So that means I'm going at 4, 5, 6. 6 fight, 2 damage. And it's a separate fight, isn't it? But there isn't a fight action icon on Act of Desperation. Can I combine? No, I can't. I don't think I can, because I'm playing this event to fight. So I was thinking I could also use my Meat Cleaver boost, but I don't think I can. So I'm going in with 4, 5, 6. So it's boosted by 2 because of the flashlight. Six for the flashlight and 6 on a 3. 6 on a 3. Shall I lob the Gravedigger's shovel at him as well? Yeah, lob the Gravedigger's 6, 7 on a 3 to do a +1 damage. 7 on a 3, 0. That's a pass. Okay. And because Act of Desperation was successful with that 2 cost resource, I get 2 resources back. I'll just flip that 1 to 3. And he now has 2 damage on him. And now, as my second action, I shall attack him with the Meat Cleaver. So that is a +1, so that's now a 5 against a 3. I don't have anything to boost it by. I can't commit skill cards to tests, so I can't use Take Heart. Let's do it, 5 against a 3. So it looks like I'm looking in the bag, I really am not. 5 against a 3, -1. So I've done a damage, I've killed the ghoul. The ghoul is now dead. Because the Meat Cleaver was successful, I can heal a horror. Only because the Meat Cleaver killed an enemy, I can kill a horror. Now that I've killed the Graveyard Ghouls, he is not engaged with me. So cards can now leave my discard pile if I think that's right, because what Yorik's ability is after you defeat an enemy. So I've defeated an enemy, he's gone to my discard pile, so he's no longer engaged with me. So now I can bring cards back from my discard pile. I hope I've got that right. I still don't have any clues, so I'm better off bringing back the Gravedigger's Shovel or the Flashlight. The Gravedigger's Shovel will give me another fight option, but it's only single damage, but it does give me a guaranteed clue at some point. What do you reckon? Gravedigger's Shovel or Flashlight? Flashlight will give me better chances at clues 3 times. Gravedigger will give me a guaranteed clue once. I need 2 clues to advance. Mind you, I will also need multiple clues in the hidden library, so I think Flashlight is the way to go. So I'll bring back the Flashlight, paying the 2 that I just earned from the Act of Desperation. And now, that's a nice little, I hope I played that right. Please don't penalise me too hard. Okay, and I've not even put this back, have I? Locations with passageway trait are connected to one another. So I am in a passageway location. Peabody can dictate that that becomes a passageway. Well, it lets me move there. And I need to have 3 clues and be in there. If I remember right, that is a 3 clue location. So I could just go straight there and start going for the clues. I could get this clue. There are no victory points out here. So I think for my third action, because that was 2 actions to fire, wasn't it? My third action, Peabody is going to declare that a passageway location and I'm going to move there. Two victory points, 3 clues. Right. So far I have 1 victory point, possibly 2 more from there. So that would put me at 3 if I clear this location, which is more than I've got in the entire campaign so far. Let's do this. I've sorted out my graveyard, there's no treacheries lingering, no enemies in play, nothing to ready, card tug, which I can't play, and a resource. So flip that back to 3 again. No doom on the agenda, draw an encounter card. Whispers in your head, anxiety. Cannot trigger free abilities. Well, I've got 1 there. None on there. No. So it's just the police badge extra action I can't do. Which potentially is useful because that will give me 2 extra actions and around where I might need it. Such as when I'm lobbing dynamite into a room with all the enemies in. Although I guess I really ought to start letting this advance so that these enemies can come into play, so at least I get an option of getting the extra victory points. Never mind. Right. Stop waffling, Kevin. No enemies came into play, so no clue tokens to check. Action. Investigate with the flashlight using 1 of its thingies. That brings that down to a 2, so I'm now investigating with a flat 2 on a 2. I have another flashlight in my hand. 2 on a 2, that is really rubbish. This is why I wish I had that shovel. I did get 1 of them. 2 on a 2. Let's go for it. If the worst comes to the worst, I can play another flashlight when I've used it all up. 2 on a 2. Plus 1. That's 1 clue discovered. Turn 2. Do it again. not going to be this lucky this time. 2 on a 2. -3. And we'll do it one last time. 2 on a 2. Cultist. -2 if you fail, place a doom on the nearest enemy where there aren't any. Okay, I'll just use my flashlight up entirely. And I'm sat in a dark room and I can't see. No enemies in play. Nothing to ready. Card and a resource. Cherish keepsake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're at 8 again. That's a card and a resource. No doom, draw an encounter card. Locked door. Really? Okay. Attach to the location with the most clues. That's frustrating. So I'm now in a locked hidden library. How I got in there, I don't know. Somebody snuck up and locked the door and ran away, I guess. Right, first action, let's break down the door, shall we? That's my best chance. 4 on a 4. I should have exhausted Mr. Peabody to bring the... Oh well. Right, 4 on a 4. I'm going to throw the guard dog at it to make it 5 on a 4. Zero. Right. Action 1. Locked door. Defeated. I am a grave digger, no door shall hold me. Right. Action 2. Exhaust Peabody to reduce the shroud of that by 1. So that's now a 3. What am I doing? That's no point. Action 2. Pay 2 for another flashlight, so I'm going to replace that one. I don't know why I've swapped the cards over given that they're identical, but it made sense in my head. Not on the meat cleaver, on the flashlight. Action 3. Exhaust Peabody. Action 3. Hang on, when do I get my free actions? When's my investigator window? Investigator player window, I think, is at the start of each individual action, isn't it? So I think I shall discard police badge to give me 2 extra actions. So it's as though I have action 2 and 3 still to go. Now, hang on, let me get this right. What have I done so far? I can't remember. I think I only took 1 action. Did I? I defeated the locked door. Action 1. Action 2, I haven't taken yet. I think that's right, because I was talking about doing Mr. Peabody. Now, action 2 was playing the flashlight. Action 3 was going to be doing so. Actually, so after action 2, I am discarding police badge to give me 2 extra actions. So I still have action 3 to go, and then I've got action 4 and 5. Action 3, exhaust Mr. Peabody to bring that down to 3. Action 4, investigate with the flashlight. He's brought that down to 3, flashlight brings that down to 1, so I'm investigating with a 2 on a 1 and I've got nothing I can boost it with. 2 on a 1, tablet is a -2, isn't it? If you fail, discard a random card from your hand. I don't think I can discard those, can I? And the card is take card. So that was my action 4. Action 5 is do the same again. So I'm investigating a 2 on a 1 with no boost. Elder sign. So I'm successful. I get a clue. And the elder sign is I can return a card from my discard pile to my hand. I think it'd be the other flashlight. Oh, wrong one. Okay, I didn't defeat any enemies, so there's nothing to bring back. No enemies in play. Ready cards. Card and a resource. Ooh, hello. Enchanted Blade. Hang on a second, I cannot trigger free abilities, so I shouldn't have been able to trigger that police badge activity. I guess I can't rewind because I did 2 tests following that, so that's just going to have to be an error then, isn't it? Pooh! Dagnabbit. Right. Draw an encounter. I'm annoyed at that, really annoyed. Fanatic. Spawn at the location with the most clues. After he enters play, move a clue. Revealed location with the most clues. At this stage it doesn't really matter, he's not got Hunter. He will take that clue, it will turn to a Doom. The Doom will advance on the next cycle because the Doom threshold is at the beginning of the Mythos phase. And I may as well put him there, he will take that clue, turn it into a Doom on him. And ideally I want this to advance because I want the chance at attacking the big bad. It will all go badly and I will die, but at least I have the opportunity. Okay. Sorted the clue token out. Action 1. Action 1, exhaust Peabody. Action 2, investigate with the flashlight. That brings that down to 1. 2 on a 1. Sense of deja vu. 2 on a 1. Skull is minus X minus 1. 2 on a 1. That's a pass. Whew. That's 2 victory points. I can breathe a slight sigh of relief now. Sorry this is dragging on, guys. So that was action 2 was investigate, action 1 was Peabody, action 2 was investigate. Action 3, I'm going to pay 3 for the Enchanted Blade with the hope that bad guys are going to show up soon and then I can start causing some damage. Okay, No graveyard or treacheries to deal with. No enemies in play. Ready cards. Card. Resourceful. Interesting. Right, what have I got in here that I might want back? What survivor cards? I've got the shovel, act of desperation. Take heart. Can't bring resourceful back. Trial by fire. Okay. I didn't get the resource, did I? Okay. Draw encounter. Led astray. Place one of my clues on a cultist. Place one doom on the current agenda. Which will cause it to advance. Well, it should actually, I should have advanced it anyway, shouldn't I? So let me just hold that thought. Agenda advances, so doom goes away. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. So actually I shouldn't have seen that card. It could have been something completely different. So hopefully you don't penalise me for that, because I just drew a card that wouldn't have made any difference, because I shouldn't have drawn one at that point. I was out of sequence. Okay, and now I draw my encounter card that I incorrectly drew a moment ago. It's a locked door. Attached to the location with the most clues. I'll attach it there. That's the highest shroud, so it's the hardest for me to deal with. Not that I need well, I've got the clues I need to advance the act now if I really wanted to, but I can only advance the act when I'm here. Right, action 1. I'm going to spend 2 actions to get rid of that, and a 3rd action to draw a card. That's my 3 actions complete. Graveyard and treacheries, nothing to deal with. No enemies in play, well, no hunter enemies in play. Nothing to ready, resource and a card. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw an encounter card. Fanatic. Revealed location with the most clues. Just put in here. Takes that clue and turns it into a doom. Done that. Action 1. Two actions to get rid of that. Draw a card, 3rd action, track shoes. Graveyard or treacherous to deal with. He's not a hunter. No enemies attack. Nothing to ready. Card and a resource. Cherish keepsake. And a resource. Draw an encounter. Oh, hang on. Doom. There's only one doom in play, isn't there? So it doesn't advance yet. Right. Seeker of Carcosa, any empty historical society location. And she's aloof, so I'll sit her down here. And at the end of the Mythos phase, She takes a clue. Oh, hang on a minute. She's going to do this every round, isn't she? Put her over here. It's one less space, one less distance. Right, end of the mythos phase. Move a clue onto her. This is a passageway, isn't it? Yeah. So to move out of here, if I get this right, I've got to exhaust Peabody to call that a passageway, so that I can then move out on my second go. I think I'm going to have to do that because otherwise I'm going to get swamped in a minute, aren't I? So action 1, exhaust Peabody, declare that a passageway. Action 2, going the wrong way. Action 2, move here. He, she, it engages. Action 3, attack with the meat cleaver, take a horror. So I'm attacking 4, 5 on a 3. I've got too many cards here as well, I should have discarded down. I would have discarded the flashlight anyway because investigating is no good to me now. So I'm attacking with +1, so 4, 5, 5 on a 3. What do I need back with now from my resource for? 5 on a 3. Act of desperation might be nice. So let's commit a resourceful. 6 on a 3. +1. So that was successful. I do a +1 damage, so the fanatic is dead. Because I killed a monster, I could bring some. Well, let's deal with the resourceful first. The resourceful, I shall bring Act of Desperation back into my hand. And then for the successfully killing business, I can play an asset. So it could be a flashlight, either flashlight, another police badge. Another guard dog? No, I need Peabody. Could do a police badge, I suppose. But then I'll only have 2 resources left and I won't have dynamite. I think... What do I want? What do I want? I don't really want anything. No, I'm not going to pay anything. I'm not going to pull anything back. Nothing there I need. So... Is that right? Did I take 3 actions there? I'm losing it now. I did Peabody, I did a move, I did an attack. So yes, I did 3 actions. I did the graveyard, there's no treachery to deal with, there are no hunter enemies in play. Enemies attack, no attack, ready cards. Resource, that goes into 6. A card, vicious blow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll lose one of the cherished keepsakes. We know that drawing the sign's going to come out now that I've got a full hand. Right, counter card. The Seeker of Carcosa again. Any empty historical society location. There was only one Doom in play, so the agenda wouldn't advance at that point. I'll pop her there. At the end of the Mythos phase, she gets an extra Doom, so that flips to 2. At the end of the Mythos phase, she sucks up that clue and gets a Doom, but this is now at the end of the Mythos phase. There was only one Doom in play at the start of the Mythos phase, so the agenda wouldn't have advanced. Right, action 1. I need to get ready, don't I think? I'm going to pay 0 for Cherished Keepsake to give me a little bit more protection, because those two monsters are going to hit hard when they turn up. Action 2, move to the Quiet Halls. Action 3, I'm just going to take a resource. Right, no graveyard or treacheries. There are no hunter enemies in play or to attack. Nothing needs readying. Get a card, bury them deep, and a resource. Draw encounter. For each cultist inanimate in play and move, but we can't move. Until the end of the round, each cultist enemy in play gets +1 fight for each clue and or doom on it. If no clues are moved, it gains surge. So does that mean the +1 fight effect has whiffed? Or do they keep the +1? I don't know. I'm going to leave that there as a reminder that it might still take effect. But anyway, gain surge, sent into madness if I have 3 horror on you. I don't. That is surge. King's Edict again. And that gains surge. False lead if I have no clues. It gains surge. If you have 1 or more clues, test. Oh no. Test book of 4. For each point you fail by, place 1 clue on your location. Oh, this is bad. This is very bad. I've got to do a book test. Okay. Book of 4. My book is a measly 2. Right, I'm going to commit. Take the initiative. I'm hoping this is right. I am in the Mythos phase, so no actions have been completed in this Mythos phase, so I get all 3 icons. So that's 2. That takes it to 5. Plus Trial by Fire, make it 6. That's all I can do, I think. I'm not getting any boosts there. 6 on a 4. 6 on a 4. Oh. Wow. Right, no clue to... Oh, end of the Mythos phase. No, what am I thinking? No, beginning of the Mythos phase. That agenda should have advanced before I drew that card. Before I drew any of those cards. So Doom goes away. Right, oh, so I'm not having to shuffle the deck, so those cards would have come out as they did. And so we get Sebastian Moreau and the Possessed Oath Speaker in the entry hall. They are both hunters and they both have retaliate. Oh dear, right. And I did my encounter. I did the wrong way again. Right, end of the Mythos phase. These two guys gain a doom each, which means I could rapidly be heading for game over here without having successfully advanced the act. Right, let's see what I can do. Thinking about it, I do have one more round because these two will gain doom at the end of the next Mythos phase. So it won't trigger on the next round. Action 1. 5 for Dynamite Blast. Choose your location or connecting location. Deal 3 damage to each investigator and enemy at that location. 1, 3, and 3. Pity I can't recur that. Shall I just be brazen and go for it? Got no action boosts, have I? Shame I haven't played my track shoes. So that's my first action taken. If I move in there, I could take a couple of hits if necessary. Well, if I get in there, and I will go straight to resolution 3 there if I kill the Oath Speaker. But that's fine, isn't it? Let's do this. Let's do this. Action 2, move. Boom, these two engage. Action 3, attack the Oath Speaker with the Enchanted Blade. I get +1 for the attack, plus another 1 for boosting it with the charge. So I'm going in with 4, 5, 6. 6 on a 4. 7, 8 on a 4. I feel really quite nervous now. 8 on a 4 on the possessed Oath Speaker, -1. Wow! So that deals 2 damage to the Oath Speaker. The Oath Speaker is dead. Now, can I play a fast action on defeating that monster to add an extra victory point to him? Obviously won't count for league points. I'm going to say I did, and then my scorers can say whether that's allowed or not. Because when you defeat the Oath Speaker, you go straight to resolution 3. So I probably don't have a chance to play that. But, well, we'll see what you say. Wow, I can't speak. I'm all a shake. Oh no, I didn't research what the impact of the decision was going to be. Right, I studied the library, blah de blah de blah. No, what am I doing? I'm looking at the wrong. I'm not advancing the act. I'm going straight to resolution 3. The figure collapses to the ground, its warped melting body writhing in agony. It wheezes and cries out, a yellow glow emanating its eyes. Daniel, the thing says in a cracked voice, seek Daniel. Daniel Chesterfield, the stage hand, he remembers. Deep inside the man's word, there is another voice behind it too, whispering faintly in a melodic language. Find him. He too has spoken the oath that doomed us all. Destroyed the oath speaker, and I may choose to add the tattered cloak to my deck. I gain victory X, and I get 2 tablets. So do I want the tattered cloak? I get -1 sanity, and I get +1. Ooh. Do I want that? +1, everything except book. That's nice, but my sanity drops to 5. Yeah, I'm going to take it. What's the worst that could happen? So, let's see, victory points. 2, 4, 5, possibly an extra XP from Bury Them Deep. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. 5 victory points, and I know there were some mistakes in there, so hopefully I don't lose too many of them. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.